Hello guys, in this video we're gonna go over some examples of trigonometric indefinite integrals. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to find the integration of these trigonometric functions over here. Okay, so what I always do, I always try to make this a simple, the simplest form so that I can find the integration. Like right now, as it is, I know the integration of secant square x, but I don't know the integration of 1 over secant square x. So let's write it in a simplest form. So what we're gonna do, look at this. So secant square x, can be written as, can be written as 1 over cosine square x, right? Cosine square x. And 1 over cosecant square x can be written as sine square x over 1 dx, right? So I just change the secant square x into 1 over cos square x and cosecant square x, 1 over cosecant square x to sine square x. Okay, now if you see, this is sine over cosine, so let me write it down. So sine square x over cosine square x, and we know sine over cosine is tangent, but we got square over here, so we're gonna write it tangent square x dx. Okay, so we don't have a direct integration of tangent square x from the formula, but we know the integration of secant square x. Do you know any relation? I think you all know. You can change this tangent square x into secant. What that'll look like? That'll look like integration. So tangent square x is equal to secant square x minus 1. That's identity. Okay, so tangent square x is equal to this secant square x minus 1. Now we made it looks like a little easier. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna separate it. So secant square x dx minus 1 dx. Okay, 1 is constant gonna come out, and you all know that the integration of secant square x is, let's start the derivative first. So d over dx of tangent x is equal to secant square x, and as you know, integration is opposite of derivative. So if we do the integration over here, that'll cancel out this derivative, gives us tangent x. So that means that integration of secant square x is tan x. So that gives me tangent x minus, and this dx cancel the integration, just give me x plus the constant of integration. All right, so that's our answer. Let's do one more. Let's do one more problem over here. So you got integration of 2 minus 3 sine x over cosine square x. Again, let's write it in a simpler form. Okay, let's do that. So I'm gonna write it like 2 over cos square x minus 3, oh, forgot to put dx, 3 sine x over cos square x dx, right? So now separate them. So that will give me 2 over cos square x dx minus 3 sine x over cos square x dx. And let's take out the constant out, so then it will be written as, let me use the, sorry, so if we take 2 out and 1 over cos square x, and we know 1 over cosine is secant x, and now there is a square, so it will become secant square x dx. And again, we know that integration of secant square x minus, so I'm gonna take 3 out, and here I'm gonna break down this cos into 2 cosines, so sine x over cosine x into cosine x. Okay, so let's make it more simpler. So 2 integration of secant square x dx minus 3 into, so sine over cosine is tangent x into, and 1 over cosine x is secant x again. So I just separate, so sine over cosine gives me tangent x, and 1, so you can write multiply by 1 over cosine x gives me secant x. And as you all know, the integration of secant square x from the formulas, so from the formulas it is tangent x. Okay, minus 3, I'm gonna rearrange it, so that'll give me secant x into tangent x dx. So 2 tangent x minus 3, so integration of secant x into tangent x is secant x plus the constant. Again, I'm gonna write it down over here. So as you know, the derivative of secant x is secant x into tangent x. So if I did the integration here and here, cancel with that, that gives me, so integration of secant x into tangent x just is equal to secant x. So integration will cancel the derivative there. Okay, so that's how we got this secant x from the secant x and tangent x. So integration of secant x into tangent x is equal to secant x. So that's how you can find the integration of some trigonometric indefinite integrals. Please send me the problem and I'll make a video on that problem too. And share with your friends and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.